Yes.
When was a time in it can be here, it can be London, that you feel that you use that perspective, like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, it's not that bad here in London that it's raining every day. It's not that bad here in Houston that when you're comparing everything from Brazil.
Yeah, the first thing, like, I really felt in London when I moved there, I didn't speak any English. I didn't have friends, apart from Jiu-Jitsu friends that I immediately connect with a lot of people through Jiu-Jitsu. But I remember my first job. I started working in a restaurant as a cleaner. I was cleaning the floor, I was washing dishes. And I remember my first paycheck. When I got my first paycheck, right? It was a weekly pay. And I got my first paycheck. And I paid my rent for the whole month with my weekly wage.
Yeah.
And then I had money left over for food. And I could go to the store, to the electronic store, and buy a mini disc. You know, this device that you put a CD in.
Yeah.
And there is 2 batteries that you put with the headphones. And that was my dream my whole life. When I left Brazil, I have this desire to have this mini disc compact player.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember, like, in Brazil, if you get one of those, you're gonna get, like, from a friend that he don't use that anymore. Maybe he's have a rich family that gave him a new model, and you may purchase that used one to have it. And I remember, like, I walked in the store and I brought a brand new one, you know, and that was like, wow, that was 1 week of work. I pay my rent for the month. I have money for food, and I can have a brand new mini disc, you know. And that was like, I was already overwhelmed with that power of buying that new device, you know. And then imagine my second paycheck. I already had the rent paid. I had money for food. I had the mini disc, and I had that whole week of pay of the paycheck to me to do anything I want. And I remember 3 months after, I had a lot of money. 3 months after, I had a lot of money. I've paid everything I had to pay. I bought a brand new shoes. I had this mini disc. And yes, I was rich. I was feeling rich, you know, and I could not have time to think about the bad weather or the public transportation, waiting the bus stop for 30 minutes for the bus to come under the rain. That was just cool, you know. That was just nice because I have my pocket full of money. And of course, I was still, like, cleaning restaurants, and I was totally overwhelmed with the power of achieve things, even though, like, I was right on the bottom, you know, but I was able to do things that I could not do in Brazil.